We're all good. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. Exhale with me. Ooh, welcome to the PHNX Daily Bet Show. I'm your host, Shane Defog, joined as always by Johnny Venerable. After a Suns victory on this fine Wednesday, Johnny, how are you feeling?
Love getting that dub. I was nervous in the first quarter. I'll be honest with you. It felt so much like deja vu from last year when they were playing the Mavericks in the semifinals, and it just felt like we hadn't got out of our funk yet. Like that had been over the Phoenix Suns for much of the last, 12 months. And then when Kevin Durant and Devin Booker took over at the end of the second quarter and they tied it at halftime, I knew they were going to win. You could have pounded the money line in the second half for the Suns, and it was a very comfortable third and fourth quarter. But for me, it just felt like the first quarter was a problem. The Suns had a problem, and then their two stars fixed it, and that's got to be the mindset going into the rest of the series.
Yeah, let's take a look at me and Sean's picks from yesterday. We'll start with me. I think I did pretty well. The over did hit. That was pretty free. I mean, Scott Foster reffing a game. Duh. Cavs minus 5.5. Absolute blowout. I did bet on Donovan Mitchell, but I didn't give out that pick, and he only had 17 points. Everyone else went crazy. He had like 20 assists, not 20, but something crazy, something that Donovan Mitchell doesn't have. Avs minus 1.5. That was more of me just thinking the Avs were really good and not betting with my heart and betting on the Kraken. Kraken won that game outright, and then Lightning money line plus 135. Cash it because of this, man. Look at my props. Nikita Kucherov, anytime goal. They scored 900 goals that game. I think they ended up scoring 7, but Nikita Kucherov did score one of them, plus 220 at BetMGM, and then Chris Paul did not get held to under 14 points. He burst through that. So pretty solid day overall for me. Let's check on Sean and see how he did. Obviously, the Clippers money line did not hit. The Rangers stomped on the Devils, but I think that game went over unless it was 5-0 or 4-1. I'll go ahead and check that in a second. And then the Vegas Golden Knights, did they win? No, they didn't. They got killed. Yeah, they got killed yesterday. What am I saying? So not the best for Sean. Not the best for Sean. Jared McCann, I have no idea if Jared McCann scored. I'm not going to lie. And then Jared Allen, double-double. We'll check on that in a second. Johnny, what did you think about the games yesterday?
I had a little off to the side parlay. Couldn't get even money on it yet, but BetMGM Sportsbook treated me right. Cavs, money line, Suns, money line. And I think it ended up being like, if you parlay those two teams together, like minus 115, and didn't have to sweat out either, truth be told, once we got, especially into the second half. So, I mean, the Suns, to me, look, there are legitimate contenders in the Western Conference, and the Suns asserted themselves back into that picture last night. If the Suns had lost that game, you would not have been able to, in my opinion, to put them in that category with Denver, with now the LA Lakers. And so I feel like we are winning, obviously, the next 3 or 4, whatever it may be, from really the Suns re-cementing their place in the West. And the Cavs are fine. I think that'll go probably the length of the series, but neither one of those two teams I'm expecting a ton out of. But I do think that Phoenix, I could see Phoenix winning the rest of these games in this series. I didn't think this series was going to be close. I thought you got a transcendent performance from Kawhi, and then the energy you get from Russell in game 1 is going to be different than in game 5 and 6. So whereas I think the Clippers are tapped out, I think the Suns are just now on the upswing.
Clippers are tapped out?
Yeah. Like, I think in terms of how they play, the energy that they play with, I think Russ will only get worse as the season progresses or the series progresses. And like with Kawhi not having a second option, like that's what's Kawhi going to do?
The defensive intensity just needs to stay where it was for about 30 minutes of the game last night, and they should win the rest of the games pretty handedly. Jared Allen, go ahead.
I also like DeAndre Ayton getting involved early in the game because that gives him confidence. I know he didn't do a lot in the second half, but he's a little bit of a tone setter too. And when he plays like shit, like he did 3 nights ago, that set the tone for the rest of the team. Like, hey, I'm playing shitty. I'm not getting the ball. Thus, I'm not going to make an effort defensively, and that needs to change.
Yeah, I don't think that was. I think he was trying really hard. He just doesn't. He's not very good at getting rebounds for a big guy. I think he was trying hard in the first game. He just wasn't playing well. And yeah, I mean, talk about a tone setter. Not even a tone setter, keeping the Suns above water. Like he needed to hit some of those mid-range jumpers so the game didn't stretch to 12, 13, 14, whatever. DA was great last night. Yeah, the foul trouble obviously didn't help. Had 4 fouls early, so that I don't expect that to happen again. And if you're getting production from Busy, campaign should be back soon as well. Hopefully less than Landry Shamet minutes. It's looking good, as AJ says. Let's go Suns. Jared Allen did not have a double-double. He had 9 points, and Jared McCann did not score in that game. So Sean, be better. You know where you can be better? You can be better at BetMGM. You can be better in person with us tomorrow. Join us at the BetMGM Sportsbook at State Farm Stadium for every single Suns away playoff game. Our PHNX Suns watch parties presented by Neutral will feature food and drink specials, PHNX giveaways, and BetMGM deposit matches. What? Deposit matches? Turn me up. Get down there. Join us by grabbing your free ticket. Yes, I said free. In the show notes. If you haven't been to the BetMGM Sportsbook down at State Farm Stadium, you got to check it out. It's super nice. And if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code PHNX. There's a few different offers depending on where you live, but for our AZ audience, you'll get up to $100 in bonus bets on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You just got to download the BetMGM app and sign up using bonus code PHNX. Place a pregame moneyline wager in the amount of at least $10 on any market at standard odds price, and you will receive $100 in bonus bets instantly, regardless of the outcome of your wager. Just make sure you use bonus code PHNX when you sign up. And now listen to my voice talk about the disclaimer.
MGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in Washington, D.C., Mississippi, Nevada, New York, and Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369, New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP, Arizona. 1-800-522-4700, Kansas, Nevada. 1-800-327-5050, Massachusetts. 1-800-BETS-OFF, Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help, Michigan.
Yeah. All right. We got some good games tonight. Lots of questionables for who's playing. Ja Morant, game time decision still. Giannis has been upgraded to questionable. Johnny, lots of line movement. What do you like? He's still muted. There you go.
My picks aren't questionable tonight. I think the Lakers, you can get them a plus money right now on BetMGM. Love that pick. I think the Grizzlies a little bit over their skis, and I think this series probably goes 5 games. I think the Grizzlies maybe get one. It might be tonight, it might not be. I got this at plus 1.5. It is now an even pick 'em on most sites. How about the Bucks? I think they run away. I think Miami's just old. They're old and unwell, and I think they're out of gas. And I think the Bucks smoke them at home. I would love to see Giannis and company take it to him. What happens, Shano, if Giannis and company actually go down 0-2 to the Miami Heat in the first round? Like, do we just coronate the Boston Celtics? I think we'd start to have to, but I don't think that happens. That's my lock of the century right now. I think Bucks are going to win. They're going to win big. And then I'm going to go on a limb. The Nuggets are feeling themselves. The peeps at DNVR, that's great. I think the Nuggets are going to win the series. I think the Timberwolves get this game, though. Give me plus 280. It might already be up to plus 300. Timberwolves and company, Cat and company. I think they steal a win late on the road tonight.
What makes you think that the Bucks are going to win big even if Giannis doesn't play?
Because I think Miami is limited with their age. I think they're big emotional victory in game 1. Milwaukee's pissed off. I think Chris Middleton can do enough on his own to get him a big W tonight, and that crowd will be into it. They've got the championship pedigree. Miami feels like they're like a half season away from being a lottery team. So I'm again commendable. 44 wins in the East though, compared to 58 for Milwaukee over the course of the regular season. Like, Milwaukee can't win this game even without Giannis. Like, what are we doing? I don't think they're a contender anymore. It really, if they lose this game and projected them to lose the series, I think we have to start asking ourselves, was the Milwaukee championship a fluke a couple of years ago against the Phoenix Suns? Because if you can't be losing to Miami in the first round, guys. Come on.
You're so dramatic. The Heat are a good team. Yeah, they're a little older, but they're a very good team. A tough matchup in the first round for a team like the Bucks and an injured team like the Bucks. And so I'm taking the Miami Heat plus 8.5 tonight at BetMGM. That line, I didn't like it at 6. I love it at 8.5. I mean, that's so many points for a team that I know Giannis he was doubtful this morning. He's questionable now. Maybe he's progressing a little bit. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, it does matter to me. If he plays, I'm a little more worried. But right now, I'm getting this 8.5 while I can. I mean, that's some really good value, especially if Giannis doesn't play. So I like the Heat to cover that. I agree with you. I mean, I said this in game one. I think the Lakers are just a better team. They're playing like a better team right now. There's a lot of noise coming out of Memphis. Ja Morant's hand is questionable. We don't know if he's going to play tonight. And even if he does, we heard what he said the other day. He can't move it very well. And that's just not a great thing to hear from a guy who, I don't know, is a basketball star and uses his hands quite a lot. So I'm taking the Lakers plus 1.5. And then the Nuggies just look so dominant. I think this Timberwolves team shouldn't be in the playoffs. They're bad. They're annoying. They're stupid. They're dumb. And I like the Nuggets minus 8.5. I hate Karl Anthony Towns so much, Johnny. I'm so sorry. I can't do it. Even though I bet on him to score 21 points tonight.
You're going to let those peeps at DNVR keep running their mouth about how great the Nuggets are. Like in a straight up series, Nuggets Suns, who are you picking?
Come on.
You can't do it right now? You can't.
What do you mean you can't do it? What do you think I'm doing?
I don't know.
The Suns in 5.5. They have to play half a game and then Jokic gives up. Jokic, I don't know if you heard this, had to sit out practice again the other day. Yesterday, I think. That hand's not doing well.
No. Have a hand for Jokic's hand in this season because I think I'm with you. I think the Nuggets are going to lose in the next round. Big time frauds. If you had to predict one team to be in the Western Conference Finals against the Suns, who's that going to be? If we had to look at future odds right now.
Shit. I mean, it just depends on what happens at Chase Center in Game 3. I mean, if the Kings win again on the road, it's the Sacramento Kings.
Give me the Kings and their inexperience.
Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
They're on the rise for sure, but that's the perfect team for the Suns to play. I'm 100% with. That's who I want is the Kings.
Yeah, and then what's the other matchup on that side of the bracket? It's the Grizzlies and Lakers. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather play the Grizzlies or the Kings than the Lakers or the Warriors, if I'm being honest. But
Warriors are done. They're done. Pour one out for the Warriors. They're done. No Draymond. Come on.
You're so dramatic. Oh my goodness. All right, Johnny, prop wise, what do you like tonight?
I'm sticking in La La Land. You can parlay this together if you want, but I'm pretty confident it's an Anthony Davis kind of night. He's available, so he's going to play, and he's going to play hard in the paint. Keep refreshing your apps, BetMGM, Sportsbook, ESPN, whatever you want, just to make sure that he's playing. But if he's playing, I'm going to take the over in Anthony Davis's points. I think it's 24.5.
24.5, yeah.
Then I'm going to take the under for our guy, LeBron James, at 26.5. I think the Lakers have a lead in the fourth quarter. I think they pull LeBron James. I think they start to regulate his minutes. I think you get Anthony Davis in the groove where he's the primary scoring option. I could see Anthony Davis leading this team in scoring throughout the course of the Western Conference playoffs. There it is, minus 120 for LeBron under, and then Anthony Davis minus 105 over. Get plus money, you parlay them together. And I think the Lakers are going to win. So Anthony Davis, to me, I'm not going to say he looks identical to bubble Anthony Davis of a couple of years ago or Kentucky Anthony Davis. But when he's in the tournament and he's healthy, he's a force to be reckoned with. And teams like the Suns have to be ready for that.
Did you just call the NBA playoffs a tournament?
It's just a tournament.
That's fair. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Sure. I mean, when he's been at his best, entering the tournaments, Kentucky and the bubble, he's won the championship.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to win the championship this year, but this is the best basketball he's played since the bubble.
All right. Well, I got a Lakers player that I'm taking as over on points, and it's not Anthony Davis. It's not LeBron James. It's not Austin Reeves. It's your Gonzaga Bulldog, Rui Hachimura. Give me his over 11.5 points at plus money, plus 100 at BetMGM. Woo! You see what he did last game? He willed the Lake Show to victory. And obviously this line got inflated a little bit. I think it was 9.5 or whatever in that game. But I'm going to ride with it. I mean, I think they go to him even more. And I know that Grizzlies will probably have more of a focus on him. And yeah, he was hitting outside shots. So it's like that. I don't think he hits 5 threes or whatever it was again. But I definitely think he's more involved in the offense still. Him and Austin Reeves, I mean, they lead that second unit. And I love it. So give me that at plus 100. And Tyler Bertuzzi, the best team in the NHL, is your Boston Bruins. And they're playing again tonight. And Tyler Bertuzzi, 2 assists in that game. Got him at the trade deadline. He is a great addition to that team. He just needs to get an assist or a goal at minus 125 at BetMGM. I love it. I think the Bruins roll tonight.
Have you seen the news? Not to take a hard right, but your boy Tua came out and said he contemplated retirement this offseason.
Yeah.
I need your thoughts on that before we go.
I mean, who wouldn't after that?
Well, hang on.
Let me talk. I said it's ridiculous to tell him to retire because that is fucking ridiculous to tell him to retire.
Okay. Wow.
You can't come at my baby like that. He can make his own decisions. You don't tell him to retire. The only reason I was getting fed up with people that were saying that was because no one was talking about, I don't know, Matt Stafford with 2 or 3 concussions in 1 year. So
I think it's the optics with Tua, what we saw on the field. But I do think that you owe maybe me and Anthony Totri an apology that we have just kind of suggested, hey,
no.
Your options. Okay.
It was the way you phrased that, and I made it very clear to you guys. It was the way you phrased that. You said he should retire, not maybe you might think about it. He should.
I love the game of the NFL, and I do think players should be entitled to make their own decisions. I just don't want to repeat it last year, and I do think we are another concussion away from him retiring.
Did you see what was in that article?
No.
He learned how to fall.
Interesting. So. He and my 3-year-old need to work on that together. But learning how to fall the right way.
PHNX was live at 2 p.m. Jalen Conyers live at 6 p.m. for the High Point. We had an all tight end episode. Bryce Pierre, Messiah Swinson, Jalen Conyers live right here at the PHNX Sports YouTube channel at 6 p.m. Johnny PHNX Cardinals live at 4 again.
It's us, the last day, pouring out for those shit uniforms the Cardinals rep. They're gone. Last day, it's over. We made it. Let's do it.
Love it. Well, we're live here on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel every Monday through Friday at noon. We just wrapped up a banger of an interview the PHNX Coyotes crew did with Javier Gutierrez, CEO and president of the Arizona Coyotes. Make sure to go ahead and watch that, the Tempe Town Hall right here. With all of your guys' comments and questions from the diehards. So make sure to watch that. It's on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. If you don't want to miss things like that, turn those notifications on, subscribe, leave us a 5-star review wherever you listen to your podcast. Leave us a like on the video as well. And as I said, every Monday through Friday at noon right here on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. But until next time, you can follow me on Twitter at Shane D. You can follow Johnny on Twitter at Johnny Venerable. Follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_bets. Follow PHNX_sports across all socials, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We'll be live tomorrow to talk about Suns Game 3 against the Clippers. But until then, peace, love, and Tua.